Welcome back to Corporate Chatter, where finance meets finesse. I'm your host, Olivia Rodriguez.
And I'm co-host, Gabby Rodriguez.
And we will be bringing you weekly insights into money, careers, and style that matter.
We're so excited. We have these tiny little microphones that we've just added.
Yes.
So we feel super legit.
Yes.
And we have on an amazing guest, Miss Lauren Sybesma, SVP of Marketing. Lauren, did I get that right?
You did. Perfect. You
Okay.
did great.
I'm like, I was replaying it in my head over and over and over.
Yes.
100%. You did a great job.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so excited to be chatting with you and asking you some questions. So I guess I'll just do a little bit of background because I know Olivia has a question in regards to like your position and what you do at AKUVO, but I feel like a lot of our viewers already know AKUVO is amazing and what you guys do. And I know you do a lot on your end in regards to marketing and the conference coming up. So we're going to ask you a question about that.
Yes.
But we're excited.
Yay. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, Liv.
Okay. First question. What is AKUVO? Can you give us like a brief description on what is AKUVO for our new viewers watching?
Yeah,
absolutely. So AKUVO is a software technology company, and we specifically produce and develop functionality and technology for collections for financial institutions. So the cool part about it, right? So we developed this great technology, but let me tell you like the best parts.
Yeah.
The whole point, right, is it's a newer product. So it was developed on all of the latest types of technology. It's 100% cloud native. So there's no lengthy upgrades or anything. And all the new features are just pushed right down to our customers. And even beyond the tech that we use, the company itself was established by a team of leaders, of executives that have been in the collection technology space for years and years and just bring a ton of experience. And on top of that, they've taken a view within our like loyalty and launch or support and implementation teams to also hire individuals that have worked for financial institutions, have been managers of collections, that have been in the trenches, and then used that experience plus theirs, plus this awesome tech to just bring a really modern and easy and wonderful solution to market. So it's a great place to work. We've got exciting technology, all sorts of new things constantly happening, but that's kind of what I would call the secret sauce of AKUVO.
That's really cool.
And I think it's super, wait, I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I think it's so awesome that you guys have hired so many individuals that have like been in the credit union space. So like so often us salespeople, we've never been in who we're selling shoes, you know?
Yeah.
And it's so cool that you guys are now like having people on your team that literally know the lingo and all of like the processes. And I think it's a game changer, like seriously.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I think that like the conversations that those individuals have with our customers are just like so much more productive because they're really talking apples to apples, and they can like relate to when someone's describing a process, they can relate to exactly what they're saying, even if they're not giving like every detail. Like it just makes things so much more like cohesive in those relationships. So I do think that's like a big, interesting selling point about AKUVO.
No, I love it. It's so much more genuine too. And it just makes a lot of sense because you already know, the team already knows the pain points and they can speak to the pain points easily. Exactly. But I know you had a follow-up question.
I do. I have two follow-up questions.
Oh my gosh, I know what a two.
You put me on the spot.
Tell us how you got into the industry and what is your role at AKUVO?
Yes. So I am at AKUVO. I'm our head of marketing. So all of the marketing, everything you see on LinkedIn, all of the cool stuff that we do, that's me and a fantastic team behind me doing those things on a day-to-day basis. And I wish I could say I got into marketing and even like made my way to collections technology with some strategy, but so much of my career path has been luck and chance and like looking back and seeing like, oh, if I would have just turned a slightly different direction, I could have ended up somewhere else. But I also did collections back when I was in high school. I worked for a financial institution, like on the phone doing the collection calls. And I think that piece of my resume is what attracted the recruiter that back in the day brought me. I was part of the accelerant company that was since acquired, doing technology marketing for that company. I think it all kind of went back to that one random summer that I did collections to a financial institution at a financial institution back in high school. And then like, even when I started my career, I started in HR. And then one day the head of marketing was like, hey, our marketing person's leaving. I know you're doing HR, but would you mind stepping in and helping with this annual conference that we're doing? So I started helping with that conference and actually discovered like, I really enjoy marketing. I like using that like creative side of my brain. And there's a very strategic component too. So I just fell in love with it, fell in love with the industry, fell in love with the technology, and it's just progressed since then.
I love it. So you've been like producing and like doing huge conferences since day one, basically.
Yes. Since like, I don't know, 1 year. I was I think I started at Accelerant 2 weeks after I graduated college. And then our first conference was like maybe 9 months after that, I think. So I've done quite a few of those events.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize, I mean, as like, as the vendors, you just kind of show up and everything's, done for you. Yeah. But I didn't realize how much goes beyond, like behind the scenes.
Yes. With, like, there's so much work.
Everything. So, I mean, you must have it like down packed. You have like a to-do list. So you're just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. The experience definitely helps. Like over time, having done them for so long, you almost take for granted that some of like the decisions you're making, the steps, the tasks that go into it, for me are very second nature. You almost take that for granted at sometimes, but that's also why I love having a team, because I can kind of pass that knowledge down to them too, and help them, develop their own like event planning skills. And the cool part about event planning is you really do touch every part of marketing. Yeah. Like you have to do the creative, you have to do like the promotion ahead of time, you have to do the surveys after, you're involved in the content and production of what's on stage. It's like such a good like entry point, I think, for marketers to do anything related to events, because you get to see a sprinkling of all of the other like specialties within there. So
I love it. There's so much that goes into it. And I think you had another follow-up question.
Yes, well. I have. No, not pertaining to her role, but pertaining to marketing.
Yes.
What goes into the process of designing these campaigns / posts? Mm-hmm.
They're so cool.
They are. We fangirl. We do fangirl.
Well, I think like social media in general has just allowed there to be like so much more, I don't want to say easy, but like less overthought marketing. Like the way that we approach like our LinkedIn posts and things is we try not to overthink it. If we get a creative idea, you just kind of do it and see how it's perceived. And then over time you learn like what works and what doesn't. And it always surprises me because the stuff that works the best for us at AKUVO tends to be things that let the company's personality shine through, or things that like just anybody, whether they're in our industry or not, can just relate to and just be like, wow, that looks like fun, or look at them doing something silly. And I do think secondary to that, it goes back to those individuals I was talking about that work for AKUVO, that have the experience working at financial institutions previously, and even just the experience of our own leadership team. They work so hard to make sure that our customers are satisfied, that their implementation experience is fantastic, that I'm able to draw a lot of inspiration from our customers. And I'm a strong believer in like, if you're a vendor trying to tell a product story, the most effective way to do that is through the voice of your customer. So if you look at our social and things, we do a lot with case studies, a lot with quotes. We try to bring our customers' voices forward. And I think there's like endless inspiration there. And so that's a huge part of what goes into like a lot of our campaigns.
I love it because it's like real life experiences. Mm-hmm. Yes. And it's not like you said, it's not like you like shoving this information down people's throat. It's like people have good experiences and you're just highlighting what's already reality.
Exactly. And I think it's when it comes to technology, like, I mean, we are working as a vendor. You guys probably understand this. When something new comes out with your product, you're like all excited about like the feature and all of those cool things that you're developing. But it's even more interesting, I think, out there in the market when like your customers are telling you not only that the feature and the product's cool, but like, look at all the results that we've seen and like how positively it's impacted my organization. And I just think you almost have to have both to build like a lot of credibility out there. And again, like using LinkedIn and social media and things like that is just such a good mechanism to get that out there quickly and to be able to pivot quickly. Like, I think we lean on that probably more than anything else when it comes to a lot of the things that we do.
No, absolutely. And a lot of our inspiration comes from your guys. It does. It does.
Oh, it truly does.
That's such a compliment. You guys do such a good job.
And I'm like, Olivia, please go look at their I was going to say Instagram, their LinkedIn. I'm like, take inspiration from what they're doing.
It does. I really like all the fun colors and shapes. Like, how did you come up with those like catchy phrases like "on the road again" or your fun colors?
So some of it, I mean, I think again, we just don't necessarily overthink it. It's kind of whatever comes to us, and whatever kind of like cheeky phrases one of my team members comes up with that day, and then we just take it and run with it. And then I also think like, again, we draw from that personality of the company. And like, I'm trying to think of a good example, but okay. So we have, do I have one here? I do. So, okay. So we have like our little like Raven guy.
Yeah. We love
that robot, like the amount of content that I have been able to generate and just from this like piece of swag that I remember like asking our swag vendor back in the day, like, so we're a tech company, we do collection software, but I want you to give me samples of like the most quirky, non-techie things possible. And I want to draw inspiration from that and use those kind of things at our trade shows. And that's kind of exactly what happened with this Raven. So sometimes it's getting out of your like, kind of stepping out of your lane as like a technology provider and all the techie things and just coming up with these like quirky ideas and then tying them back again to kind of your overall like corporate mission.
It's so fun because you saw, I think I showed you guys did that campaign with like everyone like dancing like Raven.
Yes. I saw that one.
I'm like, that's so genius, Lauren. Oh my gosh.
I will say it took some convincing to get our salespeople there to do the little Raven dance, but it was definitely a hit. And that was like a afternoon, like I think Taylor at our company, she and Katie at one event. I think you were at the same event too. Like they did it. And then I like jokingly was like, oh, they're challenging you because we were at another conference. And next thing I know, I just get a video on my text and I'm like, we're posting it.
Boom, done. It's like challenge accepted. Now it like inspired me to think because we have I'm making NCCI hats and we can't do the same quirky thing, but I'm like, what can we do with the hats? Because I've had some clients say, oh, I want like the cool trucker hats. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to take inspiration. We're going to take inspiration from AKUVO and do this like hat thing. I don't know. We'll see what comes of it.
That's a great idea. Yeah, again, like it's just drawing from some of the most like random things and then making them work for you. Like there was a time when our robots were like out of stock everywhere. We could not get them in white. We couldn't find them anywhere. So we were like going website to website, ordering whatever their stock was, and they were all in red. So you were talking about colors and things. Red is not anywhere in our AKUVO branding palette. But rather than like not having them or having any robots, we decided just to call them like limited edition. And that was our making lemonade out of our lemons in that situation. So again, you just have to be creative. And I'm fortunate because AKUVO gives me and my team the space to be creative like that. I don't know if every company does that, but it's why I really enjoy working there, working with the people that I do, is we have this like creative freedom and space to do those kind of things. So I feel super fortunate that I'm even able to kind of express our brand that way.
Yeah, it's so fun. And I think people, I mean, for me and for Olivia and I, we're so like attracted to like the vibe of AKUVO because it's like so fun and playful. And I think a lot of people need that in their corporate, like I'm not saying like, the finance space is like stuffy in a bad way, but it's fun to like look at something that's colorful and exciting.
And it's interactive.
Yeah. And like makes you laugh, it's like a good little,
it's a little spice in your life. A little spice in your day.
Exactly. I mean, it's hard work. Like we all work super hard in this industry and I mean, by every industry. So like, it is nice to be able to also have fun while you're like accomplishing and growing and like expanding your business and develop. Like while you're so busy, it is nice to still have a lot of kind of that fun woven in, which is something I think AKUVO does a really good job at.
Absolutely. It's a testament to your guys' team. I mean, you guys are so amazing. I'm like, I love AKUVO.
Oh, we love you too. We love you too. We see it all the events.
For AKUVO. But now we talked about conferences, and I would love for you to highlight like what's coming in this conference in September. Like, what can you share with us? Are there any like little secrets or tidbits?
Sure. I mean, I'm happy to share because I actually just got back from a pre-site visit. Like, yes, I guess technically it was this morning because my flight was delayed. But I was just in Phoenix at the JW Marriott, and I was even more pumped, like going out of that site visit for what we're going to be putting on and doing in September. And I think like the main thing that I am excited about this year is the way that we formatted our agenda. I mean, we jam-packed it with a lot of topics in sort of a very short period of time. But beyond all of those topics, like we're talking about digital collections, we're talking about kind of industry trends, but how they maybe vary by demographic area in the US. We're talking about bankruptcy and repossession and talking all about our roadmap. Like we're hitting all of those points, but a good chunk of those sessions actually are having their panel discussions, and it is users of our system up on the stage having like very direct and meaningful conversations, not only about like the topics in general, but how they're using the AKUVO platform to like enhance their strategy and address some of the challenges when it comes again to like things like various parts of collections. So you're going to get people who attend are going to get that point of view, not just from AKUVO, but from users of the actual system. Yeah. So I'm really, really excited about that piece of the agenda.
I love that. I actually saw your guys' agenda because I was chatting with my VP because she's actually coming this year as well. We were all like fighting over who's going. Yes, I was on that meeting too.
Yes, well, Gabby has to be there because you know what I should also highlight is that we are doing our first ever women's power breakfast, which it's all collections people in the office or in the audience, users of our system, but that is really about like having a time for us all to connect as women to talk about, we're all similar in that room. We all have similar positions, but how can we sort of multitask this conference you're at, to not just learn more about the tech and how you can use that better and get some takeaways that way, but how can you also use it to build your network and connect with others that you might want to tap on the shoulder later on with questions, whether it's about like career questions or even like tech questions. And Gabby's been gracious enough to be part of that Women's Power breakfast up on the main stage. So everyone there will also get to see her, give her perspectives in that way. And we're really excited about it and grateful that you were willing to join us.
Oh my gosh, of course. It's literally, I've been like so excited for days. And my VP was like, I have to come. I have to support you. She's a woman. I think you've maybe you've seen her on LinkedIn or maybe you've met her, but her name's Michelle English. And she's like, I have to come. It's like a non-negotiable. I'm staying. I'm going to come support you. So I'm like so excited to be on stage and to just do my thing and gab with all of you guys, and then have her come. But it's so cool that you guys are doing like a woman's led brunch, an event, because I think it's super inclusive, and I think it allows a lot of us women that face different challenges, different levels of challenges, to like have camaraderie and to like speak about these things in like an open forum, and then also have like, it's not just exclusive, right, for women, it's like anyone. Which I think is also really cool, because a lot of times it's just for women and, other folks can't come. So I think it's really inclusive. It's highlighting some of the things that we go through on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, everyone is definitely welcome. We're definitely not excluding anyone from attending the session. And we actually are encouraging like the whole audience, if you're there, still come. It's titled A Women's Breakfast, but that doesn't mean you have to be a woman to attend. That's kind of the topic and what will be covered in there. So a lot of exciting things. Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited. Okay, so my last question, and apologize, I have to look down at my little notes because I can't remember all the
totally
fine. Okay, and I think it's so funny because I remember I was just emailing you about this question yesterday. Work-life balance.
Oh, boy. Yes.
I don't know how people do it. So if you have any tips, tricks, like you cry in your pillow, I don't know, like what would you do?
Sometimes. No. So, I mean, work-life balance, that's such a big topic. We could unpack this for hours. But I'm a very much so working mom. I've got 3 kids. Like my priorities are constantly shifting and changing. And for me, I was thinking about this in relation to that session that we're going to be doing at the conference. And like something came to me that like my sister-in-law had said, back at like the end of this school year, like I was just kind of like dropping balls like left and right when it came to like mainly on the kid front, because there's just so much going on and I'm like forgetting water bottles and sports equipment and showing up late for things unintentionally. And she made a comment that like it's not really balanced for her. And for her, she's like, it feels like juggling. Like we're all juggling. And when you're juggling, sometimes you're juggling glass balls and some of them are plastic. And she said, all those things you forgot, they all sound like plastic balls to me. Just don't drop the glass ones and you're going to be fine. So that was her analogy. And I think it was like so helpful to me in the moment. And it helped me just give myself some grace because I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to drop a few things, but like I'm remembering a lot of things and I am juggling the best I can. I'm being the best of me at work and the best of me at home. And that's enough. And everything else, I just got to show myself some grace and show grace to those around me that are in the same exact position.
So I love that. We should write that down.
No, I can't even take credit for it because it wasn't I was like, that is such a good piece of advice. Like, I'm so happy I called her that particular day because it stuck with me. And now I'm sharing it with everybody who's listening to this podcast.
No, so it's so
she probably didn't expect that when she told me.
You should give her like an honorable mention.
Oh, I should. I'm going to call her and be like, I just mentioned that story.
You're famous.
You're famous.
I love it. Well, I mean, those are all the questions that we had. And again, we're so thankful for you coming on board and being our guest speaker and letting us probe you with all of our questions.
And I appreciate you giving me the time to come on here and talk a little bit more about AKUVO, about our marketing and all of that, and our conference. So
yes, absolutely. I mean, a shout out if you've not signed up for AKUVO's conference. I mean,
you're still good. We got a couple more weeks. They can still sign up.
You gotta go. Okay, so what, 2 weeks people have to sign up?
Yeah, I think it's the 10th, which is funny because we picked the 10th and that's a Sunday. So I guess it could kind of be the 8th, but like, I mean, I'd probably let you in on the 11th too.
You would let people slide in. Well, you guys.
As long as we got room.
Sign up.
You got to sign up. Hurry up and get it done. I got 2 weeks left.
2 weeks left to see like the most amazing conference and be with the most amazing people.
And hear Gabby speak too.
Oh my gosh. Hear Gabby speak. Hear all of those words of wisdom from her up on the big stage. We're very excited.
I'm super excited. Again, thank you. You're amazing.
Yes.
We're stoked. Sorry, what were you saying?
And that's it for this episode of Corporate Chatter. Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube. Please go like it. We need the likes. Remember to stay sharp and keep the chatter going.
Keep it going, gals and everyone. Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Bye, guys.